Yes, it's me. What's going on, everybody? I'm just kidding. KazamaFury here. Gonna do a brief stream because I get up and work in the morning. Usually I would be off and I had the Saturday to myself, but I had to go to school last Saturday on my weekend of work, so I got to make it up tomorrow. No big deal. You know, grown men gotta do what grown men gotta do. So, I'm doing this scene here, just opening it up right now. And I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody goes into having a good weekend. And I'm just gonna adjust this window a little bit so I can see what's going on here and stuff. So I'm just recording this. No one's in the stream yet. No one's expecting me to do these things. This is why I don't really care if I get a lot of people watching or not, because I know I make these and a lot of people don't catch them initially on the first run. So because I do them spontaneously, so I'm not expecting a lot of people to join tonight. But I'm gonna do a brief one here, as brief as possible, because I get up for work in the morning. But yeah, there's a lot of Resident Evil 2 stuff that came out. Tokyo Game Show's going on right now. Expect probably in about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. We're gonna probably get 25 minutes. We're gonna probably get footage of something else Capcom doing Resident Evil 2. But you can check other sites and see that. But let's talk a little bit about what's your forecast so far. If you checked out all the information on Resident Evil 2 remake, how do you feel about what you've seen so far? Because I've seen it's better than what I've seen at E3 and what I've seen at Gamescom. It just keeps the stuff they show me is stuff that will probably be worth watching. You know. Oh yeah, and you watching it? Hey, what's going on Altia? You watching for Kingdom Hearts 3? I hope to see more. That game has been a long time in the making. Kingdom Hearts 3, so I really hope they don't mess it up. You know, me and my friend Demetrius, he's a big JRPG fan. He likes that Kingdom Hearts is it's like its combat system because it fits that universe. He doesn't like the fact that Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy's going forth are seeming to adapt that behavior. Like, I mean, not behavior, adapt that style of gameplay. And like, a lot of people don't like, for some reason, a lot of people don't like turn-based RPGs no more. They don't know, they don't want to grind anymore. And I blame a lot of that on the damn developers for the simple fact that developers have purposely made it hard for you to grind. You can sit there and put hours into the game, try to level up, and try to find things, and they make it harder because they want you to pay for them. So, yeah, it's bad. You said that Final Fantasy was heading in that direction anyway. Maybe, but I think if Kingdom Hearts never existed, it would probably be the same Final Fantasy we always had. That's what I'm starting to think. Like, it could be like Grandia now, Grandia and like the Eternal Sonata games, things like that. That Legaia 2, those had more of an action aspect on them, but it was still turn based. It was still like an RPG. Whereas these ones here like kinda they play more like like the Kingdom Hearts kinda play more like a hack and slash. Whereas the RPGs, even though they was more action based, it still felt like an RPG. Whereas they kinda losing that identity. Kingdom Hearts should keep it, stay in this lane and do that. And I think Final Fantasy should stay Final Fantasy and stuff. But I understand, like, I'm not, when I say this, I'm not trying to offend anyone when I say what I'm about to say. But I feel like they making RPGs for dumber people, lazier people. If I don't mean that in an insulting way. I mean that for people who aren't RPG fans. You know? But it's heading in that direction. I know they battle systems are different, but eventually, watch if Kingdom Hearts 3 pop off. Final Fantasy 16 is going to be totally different. They don't even know what they want. They don't even know what 7 is going to be. All right? They don't even know what 7 wants to be the remake to 7. That thing's been in developmental health since God knows when. You know, but let's get down to the nitty gritty for why I'm here. Let's switch to my Resident Evil 2 background. And they're trying to, the Western audience loved Final Fantasy the way it was. It was popping. Final Fantasy the way it was popping. They trying to appeal to a broader Western audience, which consists of a lot of non-traditional RPG fans. Okay? And I think that's what they're doing, but let's talk a little bit of Resident Evil. Let's get to the Resident Evil 2 remake footage. You've seen it at Tokyo Game Show, but this is what I wanted to talk about right here. This particular image that I made on my cell phone and sent it to myself. Check this out, everybody. Remember E3 2018? Everybody was like, I don't like the new look of Claire. I don't know what it is. Now, look at it now. Look at TGS. When I told people Leon, all the rumors that they were spreading back months ago, where they was like, Leon gameplay was the only thing that was really done first. The face actor they had for Leon and Marvin have already been established. They were working on Claire for a while. As you can see, everything looks unpolished in the Claire picture. Look at the rail in the back. This is the exact. This is from the Tokyo Game Show. And you can see that it wasn't yet Jordan McEwen's likeness. It was whoever that likeness is, probably was maybe the first choice, and maybe that was something they developed themselves so they can actually work on the gameplay, because you could always go in and you could always change a lot of things initially when you build in a prototype of a campaign. As you can see, the coat, the jacket looked like it wasn't even moving. It looked artificial, like the character had no heavy polygon detail to it, whereas Jordan McEwen here looks a little bit like, it looks a little bit how can I say, a little bit more tough, a little bit more textured than the one above. The hair's more textured. The face is different, and it's the exact same scene that you saw in the trailer. Even Sherry looked different. So there's a lot of stuff, like, because when this trailer came out months ago, you actually realize that it wasn't done. Like, they make these things, it's like movie trailers. They make these things ahead of time. So you taking it from a point that's undone. I can be here in September, and they could have cut that trailer and had it ready. They were making a portion of this trailer ready back in July and June. So, and since then the game has progressed a lot farther, but we don't see that progression. We only see what they cut that trailer for months ago. That's how it was with that, and they didn't have Claire ready. That's why, like, my friend Nemesis was like going crazy. He loves Claire Redfield, and he was like, I don't like this look, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, just take it easy. Like, that didn't look like, when I looked at Leon's character model and Marvin, and then I looked at this trailer and it looked so undone, I figured that. And then when the Comic-Con came along and they released that picture of Claire Redfield on a Harley Davidson, and she looked like Jordan McEwen. She looked like the girl on the bottom. That Claire, like, I gotta say, the voice acting, I like it. Like, I know it's a little bit more profane, and if you're a Resident Evil 2 fan from 1998, you loved it, and you were like, oh, I know the voice acting was cheesy. That was a signature Resident Evil thing, with cheesy voice acting. But as time went on, the voice actor has stepped up, because now you can put like a motion capture performance to it, and they want it to come across convincing as the characters are being acted out realistically in motion capture. So voice changing is going to have to evolve. It had to evolve. Like Uncharted, for example, started all of this. Uncharted really started the big push for movie quality voice acting and physical performance. Like Uncharted was one of the games that started that. Like look at like what's his name? The guy who does the voice of Nathan Drake. Um, damn. Anybody in the comment section watching? What's the voice actor for Nathan Drake? He does so much stuff, and I forgot. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I just can't, for the life of me, remember. Nathan. Let me see. Nathan Drake. What was his name? What was the voice actor name? Now I'm drawing myself crazy trying to figure it out. Oh man, and I know it too. And when I say it, I'm like, that's what we got Google for. No, this is what we got Google. Let's see what his name is. And I bet it's something real simple and stuff. And I'm trying to get the name. Let me look it up. He's done so much. He's done so much. They put in Tom Holland. I know he's playing Nathan. He's playing him in the prequel movie. I'm talking about voice actor. Nolan North. Yes. Nolan North. The voice of Raphael and in Ninja Turtles CG movies years ago. Nolan North, he took over the voice of that Peter Dinklage was doing in what's the Destiny. He took over the voice of that AI. Nolan North is the man. Yeah, they fixed their face. Thank God. You see that? Because this was just a prototype, clear. Like, that top part was a prototype, clear. And I was trying to convince people of that. But people were going ape shit. Rightfully so. But you know how I mentioned it a moment ago. I knew it was prototype clear because it was inferior to the quality of what we saw with Leon and Marvin. It did not look. This looks like PS3 quality right here. PS3, Xbox 360 quality. So I was like, I'll wait. This whole thing with Resident Evil 2 Remake has been me waiting and seeing. And they've been impressed to me. Like, I can't even front about that. I'm like, I have nothing I'm not really upset. Like, trying to get past the fact that you have to shoot a zombie multiple times in the fucking head, and that is not the case. Like, it defeats the opening scene. Now, let me tell you something I legitimately got a problem with. Not everything is candy and roses with this remake. And I still have a problem with the fact that you take multiple headshots. Whereas we saw in the new recent TGS trailer, Leon put one down with one headshot, doing the classic "get down" scene, and he saved Claire. They reenacted that. We saw that in the trailer. So now we cut to the game, and now it's poof, 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 in the face, and they not going down. That makes no sense to me. I understand. Like, I understand they're trying to bring, like you say, Apex, and how you doing, by the way? Too many bullets towards zombies. Yeah, you see that makes no sense to me. That it really doesn't make any sense to me. I just really don't like that. And I hope it's just because Leon and Claire got weak handguns, because they do. I mean, Leon has, everybody call it the Matilda, but it's the Heckler and Koch VP70. It's a 9mm handgun. It's pretty weak. And then they switched from Claire having Claire, like, she had a 45. She had a 45 ACP maybe that she got out the glove compartment in the original Resident Evil 2. Whereas now it feels more legit that she got a backup pistol. That's what she got. That gun is a backup pistol. It's a revolver. It's the one that you will put on your ankle if you was a detective, or you'll wear, something. That's what it looks like. It's not that 45 ACP that she had before. You know, because Claire had a stronger handgun than Leon in the last game, because Leon got his gun that he loves that gun. It's not the gun that it's not the standard police weapon that the other RPG officers use. They use they use the revolver as a backup, and they used that gun that Claire got. But it seems like this time around, to add tension, they gave Claire what she can find, and that was probably a backup. It was probably that backup weapon. So I can understand that weapons is weak, which leads to, we saw in the trailer also, Leon had his custom shotgun on his back when him and Ada were in the sewer, and she was like, "After you," and he was like, "Geez, thanks," sarcastically. The voice. I can't wait to hear more Leon. Like, I want to hear that, because him and Ada's banter. Because I like so far what I hear of Sherry and Claire. The new Claire sounds so like she got like a nurturing big sister voice to her that sounds natural, because voice acting was different back then. I love Allison Court. Like, I fell in love with Allison Court's voice with X-Men as Jubilee, and I listened to Resident Evil 2 at the same time, and I was like, holy shit, it's Allison Court. And sure enough, the credits show that, because they had it's the exact same voice. So I'm fine with the new voice acting so far. Like, it, because they record these things pretty much together sometimes now. It ain't like it used to be. Paul Haddad was recently on Residents of Evil. The original Leon voice actor, the first Leon voice actor, was on Residents of Evil's live chat, like, podcast. I think he was calling in, and he was talking about that he never met Allison Court during, they never filmed, they never recorded together. They synced it together. It's different now, because they want the new voice acting. They want it to feel authentic and real, like they're in the room actually talking to one another. So I think it's a little bit different now. They might record some lines different. Like, there is single booth section, but when it's time to record voices together, they put them together. There's single sessions to work on all that kind of those voices. Those things, they do that separately. But when they want to do a scene and they film it together, they look at what the motion capture actors have done, and the motion capture actors have got like the basic script, and then they record over that, and they, in the moment, give it a more authentic performance. That's why the mouth still matches up, even though they aren't the actors. The voice actors aren't doing the physical acting. I say the only one that really did his physical acting I know of is Nolan North for Nathan Drake. When it came to doing the scenes together, he did those. He wore the suit, and especially in the first Uncharted, I saw the making of that, so I know that for a fact that he did that himself. And as I talk here, I don't know, YouTube's algorithms is different. They was like, anybody watching this, just put a thumbs up to it so it can spread to more people. Now that's how they doing it. I can be doing this thing live, but if it's getting kicked back to them that people are actually watching it and like it, it can get spread to more people. So I'm not here trying. I don't mean to whore likes out of people and stuff, but just, if you could do that solid for me, I appreciate that. But chime in. Like, you've been quiet in this section. I know a lot of you probably was just listening to me rant about it. But Apex, you said it was too many bullets. Anything else? What you looking forward to in this game? Like, just let me know in the comment section right now, and I'm reading it. Let's go back to my screen here and stuff. And let's go to the scene, and there we go. Why they changed Claire's face? Oh, because the first one is, let's go back to that so I can show you. Because this was just a prototype. When they are filming a game, they need a real thing. You ever saw the making of like a Marvel movie, and you'll see like a real crude version of the Hulk? Like, you'll see it like just all one color, or it's green but it looks very cartoony. This is what they did with Claire as they worked on it, and then they swapped out those. Um, they swapped out. That's why when they do the motion capture suit, they put him here in this basic position because they swapped it. It's just basically the gait of your body, and then they got the things around their face, the stunt actor's face, so they can record it and do the facial expressions and do all that stuff. So um they can always swap it out and put in another person or another figure or another character model's face and match up everything in the system and everything and perfect it. That was just the E3 one. What you saw was just a prototype clear, whereas months later they revealed, like a month or two later, they revealed that Gamescom clear officially in-game engine, which you see at the bottom using the likeness of Jordan McEwen. So that's how they do that. And thank you, the Erlin09. Am I saying that right? Um, I don't know. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. I really didn't mean to do that. But let's go back up here to the main one where I can actually look here and say that. And you said one of the things I dislike about the remake is the fact that they clearly trying to emulate Western horror rather than be a bit more fantastical and exaggerated. Um, they actually said this game is not trying to be realistic. It's more Hollywood than you think. So it's gonna be more of a cheesy. It's gonna be more to that thing. I think they only showing us what they want to see, what they want us to see. Whereas I even noticed during the gameplay demo when Claire got killed by Birkin, they censored the true death, so you didn't see much blood and gore. You saw that the screen kept flashing because I think they wanted you to just see that, like they didn't want you to see the blood because they censored this purposely. So it's gonna be like Japan version, and that's Japan version. Japan has a little bit more censorship. Like look what they did with RE7, when the black sheriff got his head chopped off, and then you had to dig and you found his head in the refrigerator. They took that completely out of the Japanese version of RE7, which makes no sense to me. You show titties, you show animated titties on TV, and you telling me you can't show violence and gore. Okay, whatever. But that's how they get down. And I don't know if you noticed, there's something a little bit different about me right now. It ain't just the gray, it ain't just more gray hair that popped up. There's something different about me. Yeah, Japan is weird like that. As you can see, I'm flying solo here, and I'm have no glasses on, cause you know I'm the big 40 now, so I had to go to the optometrist. They fit me with these trial version of lenses for in my eyes for astigmatism, and I got a new subscription back there. So it's been a lot of crazy stuff going on. So let's see if I can get to like show you if you haven't seen, if you guys haven't seen the Resident Evil how can we say the trailer for it. Let's interact with the scene here to my browser source, and I will show this to everybody. Let's look it up. Let's examine it together. Let's look for the TGS demo. Excuse me if you hear the keys. Okay. Let me see if I can look for it. No commentary. Let's see what I can find. Here we go. This is the cutscenes here. Let's see if I can find it. No commentary. Let me see if this works. You're gonna find out together. Let me put on my headset. Make sure you guys, can you hear it? Yeah, I can hear it.
Hello? Hello?
Okay.
Hello? Hey. It's okay. I won't hurt you, I promise. Do you need help? Here, you can take my hand.
You need help.
What? Oh my god.
Now let's show you the different one. This is the old one. Let's go. Let me go to the new one. Let's enter it. This is old. This is the Gamescom one. I'm gonna do the TGS one. So let's go back to that one. Let's find that one. Because there's more. There's actually more. If it let me interact with it. Let's go. Guess it's this one, but let's see if it's the right one.
なるほど。
始まりました。画
No,
面
it's the Japanese one. I can't do that. Let's try to find this one. All right. Forgive me for this. It's a little weird, like interacting with the browser source, because it won't go down. Okay, let me put that. Hopefully this is right. Okay. Let's mess with the trailer first. Let's do this one.
What's your mom like?
She works at Umbrella.
So where's your dad?
He,
Just to pause it here. Sherry clearly knows that's her father, and she's not telling Claire. It's so obvious that Sherry knows that that thing is her father, and she's not telling Claire for some reason. We'll find out later on in the game, I bet.
he's gone.
See? He's gone.
So nobody knows what caused this?
There's a lot of theories.
See? I'm sorry to keep stopping it, but that's another thing too. Do she meet, when we play her campaign, since they say there's no zapping system, is it going to be switched out with who's the lead or not, or she meets him at a different point? We're going to find that out too.
But all I know for sure is that this place is crawling with zombies.
Leon.
Get down! Come on! I'll be there!
I'm sure you beat me here.
By the way, rumor has it goes straight to your underground lab.
Lab.
That's Ben. That gotta be the reporter.
You gotta be kidding me. Get off of me!
get the hell out of here. Before it's too late.
What's going on here?
Sorry. That information's classified.
Seems to be evolving much faster than expected.
Nobody cares about that. They want to know about the G virus.
What exactly are you looking for?
More info on the people responsible for this mess.
What the?
I swear, you bastard, if you hurt her.
Identify yourself.
Stop!
I'm sorry, but after seeing Chief Irons, he is a real asshole in this game. You thought he was fucking insane in this one? After watching what he do, I really do. Oh, and I stopped it right in time on Ada. Like, I really want to see her without the shades. Why does she got shades on at nighttime? Somebody answer this question for me. Why the fuck do she got shades on at nighttime? Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, why? Wow, she got one eye under this. She missing an eye. What the fuck? Like, why? I wear my sunglasses at night. For what? I don't know. Somebody answer me that. But I do like the look. Like the face. They said they was really looking hard for the right face model for Ada. And she looks, even with the shades, you can tell it's an attractive face model. I want to know who. We already know. I forgot the guy who they got the Leon face from. That fits Leon. Like, I look at him and I look at Leon like just as a character, a young guy, like back a 22-year-old back in that time. That fits right. He even sounds young. Whoever's doing the voice, because it's not the face actor. So he sounds young. And then Jordan McEwen, like, there's a different actors. We'll find out in time, but let's get back.
You'll never get the G virus! Sherry, come on!
Daddy, no!
Nailed it. So you see in the trailer, she told Daddy no.
Claire, wake up!
Well, at least we
After
know.
you.
Gee, thanks.
He gets the custom parts, which is good. He gets the custom parts. And boom, exit, and we go back. Yeah, so we see he gets the custom shotgun. As you can see, that was on his back. And I want to see, like, I think there might definitely be, they are going outside of the RPD more than ever. As you can see, they're outside, so God knows where they're gonna go to with the in this game. The school, they might go to a school. They might go to a school. We might get kid zombies, because it looked like in the old trailers we saw a child zombie, and I think we saw more of that with the inside this trailer, like a quick glimpse of it. We got prisoner zombies. They adding stuff to this game. Now I know they said we have no thing talking about new zombie, we ain't got no new monsters. They full of shit. Of course they're not gonna let all these secrets out. We'll see what happens in time. And I don't think it'll be open world. Like, I don't think it will. I still think it's gonna be a little bit more open than the original one, which took place predominantly in the RPD and underground. I think this one's gonna be a bit more open, cause yeah, the Evil Within 2, I watched someone play that and stuff. I never played either one of them, but I like watching the game. The first one had a lot of cheap deaths in it. The second one I hear is a little bit better. I watched it play. It looks awesome and stuff. It's just, I don't know. I'm so backlogged because of work and school, so I haven't been able to play much of anything on, like, just basically like the stream or whatnot. So we'll see. We definitely see. But seriously, I am like what I'm seeing so far. The more I see of the RE2 demo, the more I like of it. So let's see if I can actually find that gameplay footage. Let's go back to it. Okay. Let's go back to it and see what I can find. Let's interact. Interact. There we go. Let's interact with this. All right. I'm trying to find the one. Oh man. I wonder why it won't let me scroll down. I hate this OBS thing. Like I can add the stuff in here, but I can't scroll down for some damn reason to look at the rest of these things. All right, let's go to see Where's Barry put it up there. This is the Where's Barry one. Like he put up all the cutscenes. This is the one I want to see. But I wanted to scroll down, you know, just ahead of time. I don't mean to steal your content. I don't want to think, I want him to think I'm stealing his content, because I'm not. I'm actually showing you guys this and stuff. So basically, go to his page. He's probably live right now, still waiting for this stuff. He do a lot of live chats. So let's go to, let's check it out. Yeah, see, he's live now.
Hello?
Check him out when you get a chance.
Hello?
This is the one I want to see here, full screen.
Won't budge.
It's going to be noticeable differences in here. It's going to be much more.
Hello?
Let me know in the chat what you see. I'm not going to speak on this one.
Hey. It's okay. I won't hurt you, I promise. Do you need help? Here, you can take my hand.
You need help.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
You need help.
Why?
He's right behind you.
What?
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, crap. Oh, God. Hey, little girl. It's safe now. It's over.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I promise. Everything's fine. I just need you to lower that ladder for me.
Will you help me find my mom?
Your mom is down here?
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah. Of course. I'll help you. So, what's your mom like?
She works at Umbrella. She's making an important new medicine.
Umbrella? That big pharmaceutical company?
My mom's always at work. I don't get to see her much.
Well, hopefully you'll get to see her again soon. So, where's your dad?
He, worked with my mom, but he's gone.
Wow. Both of my parents are gone. It's just me and my brother.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be. It means we've got something in common, and that's a good thing, right? Here. Come on. Damn it. We need a key card. Hold on. Here, come out. And you're sure this is the way?
This is how my mom took me last time.
Sherry? I've been looking everywhere for you, Sherry. Brave little girl to leave her house in the middle of this mess. On the ground, hands behind your
It is
head.
looking good.
Can't be serious.
On the ground, now.
I want to kill this motherfucker already.
Sherry, tie her hands.
Why are you doing this?
Shut up. Tie her. Okay then. You tie her up now, or she dies.
What's this all about?
Child endangerment, for starters. Sherry, come here.
What are you gonna do to her?
None of your fucking business.
If you hurt her, I swear to God, my brother is stars and I will
Sherry, get over here. What's your name? What's your fucking name?
Claire!
Sherry, you come with me now, or say goodbye to Claire.
Okay, I'll go.
Asshole.
You better be taking me to my mom.
Absolutely.
Don't listen to him, he's full of shit.
Stop hurting her, please!
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Stop! Let me go! Let me go!
Obviously, nobody taught you manners. We'll fix that. Oh, yes, we will.
Let me go! Let me go!
I'll get you, you fucker!
Facial detail on that scene just right there. I like that.
Stay safe, Sherry.
And courtesy of Where's Barry, we got that. So that's good. Like, courtesy of Where's Barry, he put that together. I really like that's good, because I think he's the only person that really put that together. I was looking for other sources, I couldn't find it and stuff. So there you have it. That's that. And they said they got a Leon one too. I think he's putting that together. I gotta find that one too, maybe some other time. But yeah, so like, it's been coming along good. Like, the game is coming along pretty good. I cannot complain about that, like, so far. Like, and for anybody who don't like it, just remember, Resident Evil 2, the original, has not gone away and stuff. Like, it has not gone away at all. So we can enjoy this. Like, even if it turns out to be it's alright and stuff. It's a new take on it and stuff. I just hope that it's better than alright. It's good, you know? Like, they really flesh out. It look like they are trying to flesh out everything and have a retelling that's in, even though it takes place in 1998, is retold from a more refined, modern stance. They even changed Raccoon City. It's more like, it's no longer though some rural hick town. It got high rises. It's like a city. It's more like I said it when in another broadcast. It better be better than RE7. But I said in another broadcast before, livecast, that it really looks like it's starting to. It's like the city seems more inspired by parts of Chicago. Since it is Midwestern town, I wouldn't be surprised if they pattern some of the scenery in this new Raccoon City after Chicago. But yeah, there you have it, everybody, and stuff. But like I said, I gotta keep this one a little bit more brief than usual, because I have to get up for work in the morning. So I'm gonna probably end it in a little bit. And I want to thank everybody for joining, whoever joined and everybody like and stuff. I appreciate it and stuff. I really do, because between work and school, it's hard to get on here and be like I wanted. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing it too. You see, seven was trash. Got the gold edition for $35, and I still felt ripped off. Dude, I just did a hiccup. I got the standard version for $20. I was like, maybe I was saying like, yeah, it does suck. The DLC did suck. I was thinking like maybe I was too harsh on RE7. Man, I played that game for a couple of minutes. I was like, it's not a terrible game, but from a Resident Evil standpoint, it is trash. You get that right there. It could have been something on its own, but I'm like, this ain't working for me. Like, this ain't working for me. And a lot of people who were shilling hard, like, there's a lot of shills for RE7. Like, a lot of people like, the game's the greatest Resident Evil. You go play that old shit. I'm like, motherfucker, how old are you? How old do you say you were? Oh, what are you, 20, 19 years old? The game is older than you. Shut the fuck up about the RE2 remake and stuff. Oh, play RE2. I don't know why I played RE2. It wasn't that good. I played the original. I didn't like the remake. Sucked. That all the stuff. I'm like, those games. You weren't even. I'm like, what were you? How old were a lot of these people here? I'm like, come on now, knock it off. It ain't me just showing my age. It's just, you could tell the franchise went in a totally different direction. It was from Resident Evil to Code Veronica was the traditional RE. 4, 5, and 6 took it in that over-the-shoulder perspective. 7 tried to be, I don't know what the fuck. 7 tried to do first-person, fair. I don't know what the fuck. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, whatever the hell. Outlast. And then the remake seems to be like an amalgam. Like, remake, yeah, the remake was great. And then when they HD remade it, that was even better for the remake. But 7 just tried, I don't know. It was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was this Outlast. It was fucking little shades of a lot of the games put together, but it wasn't Resident Evil. It wasn't original. It didn't feel like Resident Evil because of that. And then, speaking of the DLC, speaking of it, yeah, Outlast with guns. Speaking of the DLC, fucking End of Zoe. You're punching molded. You're beating up molded. You're eating worms, and you're finding voodoo dolls that give you certain enhancements. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. Are you serious? Really, Capcom? You playing Rock'em Sock'em robots with molded. And then on top of that, you found a power glove later on in the game. Charge. I'm like, oh my god. That's how you end Resident Evil 7? Because you know that is the definitive ending to that game, right? End of Zoe was the end of RE7. It went RE7 campaign, not a hero, end of Zoe. That's how you end this. That's how you end it. Beating up, like throwing spears at gators and beating up molded with your bare hands. What the hell? I'm still waiting for somebody to give me a valid answer on how the fuck Joe was that damn strong. Like, how is it? Oh, he was into voodoo that gave him super strength? Knock it off, Capcom. Miss me with that shit. Like, really. Like, and I'm supposed to take this serious as RE7. And then everybody complained that a lot of people complained about the 4, 5, and 6 being, oh, it's Call of Duty clones. It's Call of Duty clones. I'm like, no, it's maybe Gears. I get that. You complaining about the action and not enough horror in 5 and 6, which I understand. That's valid. but you can't be complaining about 5 and 6, and then when 7, and you're a fanboy of 7, and then when 7 drops Not a Hero and it's balls to the walls action, you okay with it because it's in first person. And I'm like, fuck you out of my face with that, man. So hey, what's going on, Heart Donor? I'm doing well and stuff. You came on and stuff as I was about to go off and stuff. And yeah, 6 is not as bad as people said. It's outlandish. It's like a Michael Bay film when it came to like the plot and everything happening, but it was a globe spanner. It actually is a fun game. It's a pretty fun game. I cannot front on it. I've had so much fun playing with people from around the world with that game. I cannot. That's a unique experience when in the realm of Resident Evil. You know, Outbreak tried to do something, but PS2 is really limited at the time. But when it came to having an online co-op experience in Resident Evil 5 and 6 really touched on it. And the storyline, it was the action set pieces were outlandish, but the storyline was pretty like how they intertwine with one another. I liked it. When I looked at I forgot the YouTuber who did the Resident Evil retrospective, and he broke down all of them and he told the storylines. He told you what you needed to hear, all the parts, without showing you all the ridiculous action that which blinds people from actually the story wasn't that bad at all. It just was the set pieces were on some Michael Bay shit. I get it, you know. And I have those here behind my green screen. I got like my Xbox 360 games are back here somewhere. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. But they came from my head when I initially made my videos about Resident Evil 7. I think I got a video on here called Resident Evil 7 is not that good. If you new to my small channel here, check out my video. Resident Evil is not that good. And I went into it for like maybe 25 minutes. It was one of my earlier videos from when I came back from my hiatus. And I don't mean to be a shit stirrer, but I have to speak my mind about stuff because people let shit go and then complain all the time. Case in point, Nintendo. Fucking Nintendo. Everybody want to complain about the online system and stuff. So now you're gonna pay $20. Oh, it's just $20 a year. But you were getting so much shit for free. Now you paying $20 to get less for free. And then the cloud thing doesn't work for all games. You shit out of luck without Splatoon. And like I said in my last, yeah, it is overrated. RE7 is definitely overrated. But it sells, it's one of the weakest selling ones. Everybody complains about it, but Nintendo, like the fanboys of Nintendo, aka Switch bitches, whatever you want to call them, who are just blind, they can't play, they don't see themselves playing no other console but the Switch. I pity them for that, you know. If you are a real gamer, you will go where the games go. If you can't afford it, that ain't my damn problem. Don't sit here complaining, port bag, and want everything to come onto that system, which clearly isn't graphically sound enough to handle all this stuff. You want to play piss poor versions and let the frame rate drop down to 15 per second. Knock yourself out. But anybody with common sense would look at your shitty version of Dark Souls, which you say, oh my god, it runs on it good. I'm tired of hearing, oh, it runs good for a Switch game. It runs good for a Switch game. What does that mean? That's like hearing me saying something. Somebody say, well, you speak very eloquently for a black guy. It's like the same equivalent to that. I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't want to hear that. It doesn't make any sense that you are going up against Sony, Microsoft, and PC, and you want to be innovative. I want to be different. So I'm going to make something really fucking different. I'm going to make a handheld and call it a hybrid. And then on top of that, it doesn't run well. It runs better in your hand than it runs docked. All right? So you have to pretty much I bet you Nintendo social rejects do enough dry docking. So I guess I don't know what the fuck. It makes no sense. All right. You said stop. I'm sorry, man. I just have to do it because they be like, "Oh my God, Nintendo sales are so great. It's killing PS4, and Microsoft ain't got a chance." Blah blah blah, yakety smackety, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, but you guys are still begging for games that system can't handle. So who's really winning? Okay? Who's really winning? You guys are the sorest, Nintendo fanboys are the sorest winners I've ever seen in my life. Okay? Because you know why you're winning? Because you guys take the Nintendo bukkake. You guys Nintendo can just pull out its dick and just sell you cardboard. And you will buy it. And you will defend the Nintendo Labo. You will play mini games. You are a 30-something-year-old man. And you will play a cardboard keyboard. And say, oh, well, don't get mad at it. Don't get mad at this because it's made for kids. Who's buying these consoles predominantly? I don't see no kids plunking down $300 for that. And who would buy their kids fucking cardboard that they're going to break? So who is this really demographic this pointed at? Makes no sense. That's why the Nintendo Labo is sitting on a goddamn shelf right now collecting dust. Dust. Because it's stupid. It's a fucking stupid idea. But fanboys would fight for anything. They will fight for it. You hear some of them online talking about, oh, the PlayStation Classic is coming out. And, oh, they bit from Nintendo. Oh, they stole Nintendo's thunder. They trying to steal Nintendo's thunder. Oh, it's too expensive. You can get the NES bundle for $60. Get out of my face with that. You know why? Because even though the PlayStation bundle is $100, it's coming with 32-bit higher quality than playing the same old 8-bit games through over and over again. And I say that, I know both of them. If you got bundles, you're going to be playing those same games because they only come with those preloaded ones. But I'm about to get to that in a moment. But 5 of them, they announced Ridge Racer Type 4, Tekken 3, Final Fantasy 7, and 2 more games. That's only 5 of Jumping Flash, and I forgot the other one. That's 5 of 20 games. Full versions for $100. Games that you probably you'll have a hard time finding the physical copies for. And they're going to be gradually releasing through until December 3rd what games are going to be coming out for it. It's already a more valuable choice. But people wouldn't be like, oh my God, it doesn't come with an AC adapter. It only comes with a USB thing. You know why? Because I understand that's valid. That's a valid argument. That is true. That's the one fucked up thing about it. But as for quality of what it comes with, you're gonna probably get it's a better deal. And now when I said you play the same shit over and over again with NES, because Nintendo just they fucking wore they welcome. They wore they goddamn welcome with the NES games because they had the virtual console. Oh, we're gonna give you a free NES game even though you playing on a Wii and a Wii U, and we should give you something maybe you keep ignoring the GameCube roster. You're ignoring the GameCube library. You're ignoring the N64 library. I would love to play N64 games off of that god awful controller. That controller was god awful. I don't give a damn what people think about that. You want to know why you got carpal tunnel syndrome? Because you played on the N64 controller. It's one of the dumbest fucking controllers. It's, what is it, a claw? I could put a stick on the top of it and I can rake up shit in my backyard. It's a dumb controller. Don't defend that controller. It might not have been that bad to you, but why is there buttons in the middle? Why are you holding it like this and then there's something in the middle? Like, that makes no sense. You know who got it right? Xbox 360. They got it right. This is one of the best controllers ever made. The PlayStation DualShock 2 was one of the best controllers ever made. The DualShock 2 and the Xbox 360 controller and stuff. And I give it up. I give a runner up to the Xbox Type S, the smaller one, not the Duke. Not the big thing, the Duke. They actually brought back out the Duke for the Xbox One. It's iconic. That's why. And stuff. So they call it the Duke. Yeah, they actually brought that out. But yeah, that's how I feel about Nintendo though. Like I said, they fans. Yeah, I know some people I did not like that controller and stuff. I really didn't. I love the GameCube controller. Now you want to talk about a controller that I like? GameCube controller. Like, that right there. I fucks with the GameCube controller. Because I was playing the remake. I was playing the original RE2 remake. The RE1 remake off of the controller. I got it somewhere around here. Where did I put it? I put it around here somewhere. I love the GameCube controller. It's the N64 controller that can go. You say you fucking roasted it tonight. I'm telling you, they need to hit it because they fans will take anything. Like I said, Nintendo can straight come on their face and they sitting there like, you got two types of people who come to the face. You got the ones who put their forehead, they put their forehead there. They like it to drape down their face, and then they got the ones with their mouth open like. That's how I feel about it. They take that Nintendo bukkake. Like, Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy who just recently died, all of them, they was just bukkakeing all over the fans. They take anything. I mean, it was bad. You said ew. It was bad enough. Bad enough that when they did for the 3DS a remake of Metroid Return of Samus, you had to buy an amiibo to get an extra energy canteen. You bought an amiibo to unlock a extra energy canteen. Something that you should just be able to find in the game for no fucking charge. You had to buy a amiibo to unlock that. But people like spending their money. Nintendo is one of the biggest accessory rapists out there. And when I say that, and I know rapist is a harsh term, but that's what they're doing to your pockets. They seizing them. I mean, look at that. Now that they're putting out our online service on our Switch, look at this. We're going to put out more NES ROMs that you probably played and bought twice before, but we didn't carry them over because we say Nintendo and we do what we want because the fans gonna take it anyway. So fuck you, and we're gonna give you free access to the stuff that you already bought and have on this thing here. You have it on this bundle already, the NES Classic bundle. You already had the games on here. So you want me to pay $20 a year to have access to shit that you're charging me to, which most of them that I play are in here. I rest my case. This is why I talk the shit I do about Nintendo, because they're draconian methods. They archaic online shit. I'm so fucking over it. I used to really like that company until I played Legend of Zelda for the 20th goddamn thousandth iteration and stuff. And I'm not saying it's a bad franchise. I'm just saying they need to really branch out and do more. Okay? And they won't outright say they for children. They won't. Just come out the fucking closet, Nintendo. We've known for the whole time. You know? We like Freddie Mercury's girlfriend. She knew he was gay the whole time. So when he finally came out, she was fine with it. Because she knew the whole time. We know the whole time you're a kiddie company, but we got a whole bunch of these grown-ass fans who just take anything you give. And I'm not saying you should not be a fan of Nintendo. I'm saying that, yeah, I saw the PS1 Classic. I'm not saying you shouldn't be a fan of Nintendo. I'm just saying don't let them get away with nickel and diming you. That's all I'm saying. And that's what they do. They nickel and dime people so fucking much, and fans take it. Oh, now you're getting Joy-Cons that's shaped like NES controllers. So on the side of your Switch, you're gonna have two things. You're gonna be holding them, and it's gonna be like two controllers on the side. It's stupid. It's a stupid idea, and they're gonna charge you $70 for those, just like they charge anything else, like they charge any other person. I'm like, you guys are morons if you keep buying the same shit over again. And then Nintendo's making it like they just making it hard to be a fan and stuff. And just now, what was the big deal? They put in the Final Fantasy games. That's another thing that I laugh at too. They put now they're getting a lot of the Final Fantasy games that were made popular on the PlayStation 1 and 2. They finally getting them. I think Microsoft's getting them too. But I don't hear Microsoft people bitching and complaining about them. You know why? Because after a while, Xbox started getting Final Fantasy games too. Because Square Enix wanted to spread their wealth so much because they want to sell games. They got with it and realized, like, you know what? It doesn't make any sense to be exclusive anymore. So now that we got them coming, now we got Final Fantasy, all these Final Fantasies coming to the Switch. This is what I'm hearing in the chats and stuff in the comment sections and all these other videos when they announce it. All these Nintendo shills and fanboys and Switch bitches. Oh yes, we got Final Fantasy back and stuff. We stole it from Sony. Blah blah blah. This that and the other. I'm like, shut the fuck up. It was never really exclusive to Sony. It was just that there was no other dominant platform for it to be on there until Xbox 360 came out and it took the crown from Sony. The generation that PS2 is a juggernaut, but going into the PS3 when it went up against Xbox 360, Xbox 360 won that war. So they realized, look, we want to sell as many games as possible. So we cannot no longer ignore Microsoft. They ain't like EA. EA was fucking like, yeah, we see Sega Dreamcast, but it ain't no competition of yeah, they was like that too. Like EA was like, you know, so what? We ain't gonna make no games for that. They won't sell on there. And then they were like, Sega was like, you know, fuck you. We do our own sports games. And then when the 2K series became more popular, then before they branched off and became their own thing, they was under Sega. The football became more popular than Madden. And you know what EA did? EA, the same company that wouldn't make their sports games for Dreamcast. You know what they did? When 2K was beaten, when Sega moved on from the hardware and continued to make games, like the sports games, you know what they did? 2K5 came out with Terrell Owens on the cover doing a one-hand catch. 2K5 came out and it was $20 brand new retail price. High quality football game. May not have looked as pretty as Madden, but it played a lot better. And that game came out, fucking wreck shop. It was more critically acclaimed. And you know what the point was? Sega and Visual Concepts, Sega and 2K Games took a L on that because they were selling that game for $20. But they were trying to establish dominance. Like, look, we're going to give you 2K5 for $20 this year because we're confident that with that price point and the quality football game we're going to give you, you will be back next year. They didn't say that, but that's what they were getting at. And sure enough, Madden took a hit on that. They went for selling a $50 football game with Ray Lewis on the cover. Fuck Ray Lewis anyway, you fucking coon. They went from selling that from $50 down to $30. I used to work EB Games at the time. They dropped that one big time. And you know what EA did? They went and bought the exclusive NFL license to put 2K in to put NFL 2K out of commission. And this is why to this day I don't respect the Madden franchise, because there's no competition. They just regurgitating the same shit over and over and over and over again, because there's no other NFL games out there. This is why that was the four. That's when I really started to see EA as one of the worst companies out here. And now with the whole loot box and shit, the whole loot box and the microtransaction shit that they pull, they are the worst. Fuck EA. And if you blindly think Nintendo makes everything magic, fuck you too. Okay? You can't call out all these, but you Nintendo fans are quick to call out Sony for every... Damn, since 64? Jesus Christ. You haven't bought it since 64? You Nintendo fanboys are quick to call out every flaw that Microsoft and Sony make, but you will not look and see what's right there in front of your eyes. And that is true bias. True bias. No? I don't have no desire to play. I haven't watched the NFL game this season yet. I haven't watched one yet. The whole kneeling thing and them finding them players and showing that you care more about money than you do for the for the players, that speaks volumes. The majority of the NFL is fucking black. We know that for a fact. And we still see videos. We saw a former NFL player getting beat up and harassed by a cop without resisting. We've seen them get pulled over, and we hear stories about NFL people getting pulled over because they don't recognize you without your helmet and your number. You're just another fucking Negro. But yet you want to find NFL players for doing something that a Green Beret and Seahawks player, former Seahawks player, Nate Boyer, inspired Kaepernick. They said, he was like, he told Kaepernick, don't sit down. That's disrespectful. You kneel because this is what we as soldiers did for our fallen, out of a show of respect. And that's where the kneel came from. Nate Boyer. But everybody want to make it into something. They want to make it into disrespecting the flag. Whereas you're wearing flag underwear, you're wearing flags over your shoulder, you're Captain America, but if you really understood what disrespecting the flag is, you shall not. One of the things is wearing it that way and stuff like that kind of propaganda. But no, this is why I don't watch the NFL that's why I haven't watched this season. I haven't even updated my NFL apparel. I refuse to buy anything NFL right now. Until they do right by the players and stop finding them, and then Roger Goodell, that cuck, He can go fuck. You make $40 million a year to do what? Be a cuck and keep these franchises happy. Keep them happy. I mean, we got dedicated Cleveland Browns fans. They've got their first win and since God knows when. The other night against the Jets. You know how I know they beat the Jets? Because one of my favorite wrestlers, Johnny Gargano from NXT, is from Cleveland, and he put up a post with him like this because they finally got a win, and he's standing next to the TV. That's how I know they won. You know, I can't like. You say have a board man games. Sports games shouldn't exist. To be honest, it's still disrespectful. I don't know, man. I really feel different on it for simple fact that you can stand there, you can do the black fist, you can do the nil, but my thing is, it's falling on deaf ears. That's how I feel with it. Those guys don't give a damn about you outside that field as long as you stay healthy and you make them loads of money. That's what the NFL's come down to. They've shown their true colors. Okay? It's like the whole LeBron and Michael Jordan thing too. Every time LeBron James does something in philanthropy that is impactful, here comes Michael Jordan's old ass out of nowhere trying to do something too. Michael Jordan wants to continue to look good, even though Michael Jordan cannot give a fuck about you as a person. All he wants you to do is to keep buying his products. That's all he cares about. He don't even wear his own sneakers. And he don't even care about his fellow black people. I'm not asking for a fucking handout. I'm not asking for these fans, these players to do all this other stuff. But pretend to give a damn. Don't pretend to give a damn. Give a damn about it. How in the hell this guy, Michael Jordan, actually a supermarket put up a picture, a local supermarket put up a picture of him he put up when he was playing, they put up a picture of him and said, "Congratulations, Michael Jordan, for winning bringing the championship to Chicago again." This motherfucker sued and said, "You used my likeness without my consent," and sued them for $9 million and won in court. A local mom and pop, a local supermarket in Chicago. If they ain't show you that he ain't shit, I don't know what to tell you. Separate what he did on that court from the man who truly is. And he's a legend on that court. But outside, off that court, fuck him. You said Apex. Nobody gives a fuck about anybody. There's very few caring altruists in the world and stuff. You see, speaking of that, this is why he recently donated, Jordan recently donated, I don't know, some money to at-risk programs in North Carolina, only because LeBron James opened that I Promise school. He opened that I Promise school. He made well on his work. He's been sending people to college. He's been sending boys and girls to college for years who show themselves worthy. He's been sending them to school for quite a long time already. Now he opened a school where you're guaranteed transport there within the radius of 2 miles. I think I forgot how many miles. You're guaranteed free transport. You're guaranteed breakfast, lunch, and a snack. And all you have to do is keep your grades up. And when you graduate, he will pay your scholarship to school. All you have to do is work hard and keep your grades up, and promise to do that. That's why it's called the I Promise School. That's what LeBron James did. Now that is altruistic. That is taking that money, and you'll see him riding around in all these Beamers and all this other stuff and all this. He might have that stuff, but he's still at his son's game. He's still there at Junior's games, making sure, coaching his son and stuff like that. He's doing these things to send the other kids to. He's still being a father to his boys. He's doing this thing in school. Now, that's a dude. I don't care what. And people want to talk about, oh my God, he never be Jordan. After knowing what Jordan's like, I don't care what he'll never be him on court. Maybe that's fine with me. I'm just thank the heavens that he's not like him in real life. Thank heavens. You know. And then, speaking of the 2 million, in Chicago, years ago, that cop got out the car and murdered Laquan McDonald in cold blood. He murdered that boy, he murdered that young man in cold blood. And following that, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and a few other players I forgot what show award show it was, and they got up there on stage and were like, you know what? We need to do better as black men. He said that. And then he was like, me and a few others are going to be donating, and we're going to be putting our money towards good causes. The moment that happened, Michael Jordan, who doesn't want to be looked at as badly, even though we know he is, put up $2 million, and he said, well, he released this statement, like, he released something in this context. I just can't no longer stand by and just watch this happen. Nigga, please. That's how I feel about the whole thing, you know? And then, yeah, let's not forget about Umar Johnson on the other hand. That school, he still ain't, like, look, I ran into a situation, I can't get no explanation. He on there beefing with Tariq Nasheed and shit, and Tariq Nasheed calling him Umoist Johnson, and then Umar Johnson making videos and he talking tough, like, and I'm like, you motherfuckers need to just fight and get it over with. You need to do that and get it over with. Jesus Christ. Like, this is why I only really fucks with, like, Infinite Wisdom, Kid Organic, or you call them Organic the Illionaire, because they do commentaries, and you might not agree with them all the time, but for the most time, you're going to find yourself agreeing with them. I can't. Oh, boys. And you know who else I can't fucking stand? Speaking of people like that, like Cynthia G. She is the worst. She's this type of person who calls most black men dusty beta males. And we've known that she used to... I don't even want to talk about her. She gets on my fucking nerves. All she do is talk about whenever a black man or a black celebrity dates a white woman, he's the worst man on the planet. But these same black women complaining on YouTube are the same ones who love Serena Williams' marriage and that child she has. Like, but it's bad only when a man does it. When a black man does it, it's the worst thing in the world. But when a sister does it, y'all high-fiving each other and y'all calling it an upgrade. You know, black men, we look at that and we take offense to that. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You look at him as an upgrade compared to me because of the color of his skin. I'm sorry if you dated nothing but Pookie and Ray Rays, and all they wanted to do is zoom, and a boom, boom, all in your rump. You don't stop blaming all your issues you had with black men. For the most part, is on you because you don't know how to choose a man. So all you do is blame it on men. You have no accountability. And I'm talking about all these women on YouTube running their mouths and being anti-black male. Okay? All you do is point the finger and play the victim. Just like in the Aleister Black song. If you know who Aleister Black is, he's NXT wrestler. And one of the words in his song is, you point the finger and play the victim. So take your best shot, release the pressure. You perpetrate your propaganda, and now I'm calling you out. Basically, that right there. That's why I like the theme song, because that part there that fits everything I feel like. I'm just like, they pointing the finger and playing the victim. You gotta take some. It's gonna come to a point as women, you have to take some. Oh, thanks for the subscribe. I appreciate that. Thank you, Erlin09. You gotta take accountability for your actions. Okay? That's like me. I can't go into a strip joint and cry, hoop, holler, and bitch and moan about me not finding the good girl inside the strip joint. They dancing on the pole. It smells like fish and chips in here for a reason. Because they busting it wide open. And I'm supposed to be complaining and crying that I can't find a good woman. These women, no. It's not going to happen. You can't try to wife a thought. A lot of guys got that common sense. We know we can't wife thoughts. So the guys who don't care to wife you and who all they want to do is plow you are the ones that keep getting with you. And somehow deep down inside you still like them. You like those types because you wouldn't let them, you won't keep letting those same type of dudes you claim to hate put their hoo-hoo dilly in your cha-cha. You wouldn't let that keep happening if you didn't like it. A lot of them don't even know what a good guy is. I'm not even a good guy. I mean like a decent guy, I mean. Because I don't sit here and pretend to be holier than thou. That's not my thing. We all got something about us. It's all about who's crazy matches up with your crazy. And vice versa. Not saying like Looney been crazy. Like what makes us unique and strange. Whatever meshes well. But we gotta have preference, and we can't. We're told that we have no. We're told we shouldn't have preferences. Me, I'm looked at as the cleanup man. I'm a thin-built black man, and by default, you know what that means? I like big women, which is bullshit. Okay, like we being told that we. Like, you gotta understand. I have dating profiles, and God knows, you don't know how many of them come after me. How many of the women who are larger come after me. It's just, you hear one of my dogs having a dream. You hear that? My dog's having a nightmare. So. You don't know how many of them will come after me because they feel like we're cleanup men. We just take anything. Look. No. I'm not the most fit man on the planet, but I'm in decent shape. You know? Why would I date somebody who's going in the opposite direction than me? I'm 40 years old. I'm 40 goddamn years old. If you're not taking care of yourself, it's pretty much game over. I mean, some people, exactly. That's why I'm saying some people don't mind big women. More power to you. I'm not here to hate on that. My thing is, you can't tell a woman that she's not the apple of your eye because she would call you a misogynist. She would call you shallow. She would call you all types of names. And I'm like, you know what? That is the pot calling the kettle black. Because we know a lot of you chicks like to date guys who are a certain height. If you're under 6 foot, you're shit out of luck. If you look a certain way, a certain build, you're shit out of luck unless you got money. And I ain't trying to paint all women as that, but a majority of them that I've seen in my vicinity are like that. Girl told me she wouldn't date a guy who's her height. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. That's like me saying, what if I say I wouldn't date a girl my height? A girl my height looking for somebody taller than her. So if I'm dating a chick that, I'm 6 foot and I'm dating a chick that's 5'11" and a half, kind of too short for her because she's only looking. She cares about when she puts on her heels. She want her man to look big and protective of her and stuff. Yes, we still thinking. They still thinking in the 1950s. But then again, I've seen 350-pound women getting the shit beat out of them, getting sparks slapped out of them like a Power Ranger by their little skinny twig boyfriend. So they can miss me with that shit, with that bullshit. You know? I honestly prefer Spanish or white women doing black. Me, my thing is, at this point, I'm starting to care less about being one exclusive to one demographic. I'm starting to care less and less because a bitch is a bitch. I hate to use that expression, but you're gonna find out that a bitch is a bitch. They treat you like they might be different. You got your ratchets. You got your ratchets. You got your trash. You got your ratchets. You got your trash. And they just only thing different about them is the way they go about the color of their skin, their nationality, but pretty much. Hey, what's going on, Legendary King Stream? What I think about it, the only problem I have with it is that I don't know what the other 15 games are and the AC adapter. I think the price point fine for getting 20, 32-bit PlayStation games preloaded. You don't have to worry about the loading time more than likely, and HDMI. So, little spruced up. I think it's a good deal. It's a lot more. I think it's a lot more valuable. Even at $100, it's a lot more valuable than what the NES Classic Bundle was. That's what I think about it. And only a Nintendo fan would sit there and say the SNES one is a better deal. It might. Do they got what games they got on the SNES one? I'm gonna look up that one. It might be a pretty good deal. But as for the NES one, that's how I feel about those. Sony. One of the guys in Sony said, "Look, nobody really wants to play old games. He couldn't be more further from the truth." But that's what he said, you know. And for those who just joined, this is what I was doing right here. I was showing people. We were talking about Resident Evil 2 earlier. And this is one of the things, just to catch up with anybody who just joined. This is how you see the E3 Claire and how she's changed from that trailer. Yeah, it is. But, Nintendo, speaking of that, Nintendo are shutting down sites who got ROMs to their games because they're that petty. And now they want to give, I guess, to sell their online collection. To sell their online $20 a month. They want to make sure you can't find none of their shit for free and hacked. So they are threatening sites and shutting them down, so they can peddle the same ROMs they've been peddling to you for the last 10 goddamn years. So that's how I feel about it. It's a big mind fuck, But yep, this is the difference. You see what the difference it is, what time does, and they said the game is pretty much done. They are just tweaking it. They in the tweak phase. They are done with the game already, and they're gonna be tweaking it they've been tweaking it for quite some time up into the release date. So if this game is bad, Capcom, I don't know what to say. If they got this much time to tweak it, I don't want to see shit that's bad about this game. That's terribly wrong with this game from a performance standpoint. Like, I don't want to see all this clipping. I don't want to see no slowdown of frame rates. I don't want to see none of that. This game should be running at optimal levels. But for real now, it's almost 2 o'clock. I gotta go. I gotta get me at least 3.5 hours of sleep before I get up in the morning. So for real this time, I really gotta go. And I am also looking forward to RE2. Like I've seen your stream. I'm still watching it. Like what you say, I'm really looking forward to it and stuff. And why couldn't Sony put all those games onto the PS4 because they already have, because they don't want, they looking for ways to sell you their old stuff, and they didn't believe initially that people really cared about old games, but then the retro gaming market has started booming again. The NES Classic Bundle was evident of that. All the stuff that these people want to play, now they can buy it on that bundle, and Sony want a piece of that pie. It's that simple. Microsoft, on the other hand, like, look, we ain't making you no classic Xbox 360 or anything like that. So, if you still got our games, you can play them on the system. And we're going to keep increasing our back catalog enhancement. They just recently put Modern Warfare 2, the original version, Modern Warfare 2 is now compatible on the Xbox One for the 360 version. So Microsoft is doing theirs a different way. They're going about it. If you still got the software, you can still play it. But I really have to go, yo. Thank you so much. Thank you for the new subscriber. Let me see, is it the Erlin09? I want to make sure I got that right. I'm so sorry. But yes, thank you for the subscribe and stuff. And thank everybody for dropping by. Like, thank you so much. Like before this stream ends, just give the thumbs up on this one to make sure it get, it somehow gets spread to everybody out. That it gets spread somehow, somewhere. Just a little spread. It's fine. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much, and have a good weekend. Peace.